Welcome to Raider Talks. I am your host, Art Navarrete, here alongside Nick Ibarra. Nick, we're predicting that Davante Adams is going to be a Raider next season. Why? Tell me now.
I think he's done with Green Bay. I think Rodgers is on his way out too, and I think he wants to play with someone familiar, someone he knows. His best friend is the quarterback for the Raiders. Him and Carr go way back to their college days where they lit it up at Fresno State, and I think they were good there. They can be really good in Vegas, so I think that's one of the things why he would come and join the Silver and Black.
So let's go to the issue at hand for Green Bay. Green Bay is over the cap by a lot of money.
Yeah.
And they really can't franchise him, and they'll be in debt, or not in debt, but they'll be over the cap.
It'll be harder.
And it'll be hard to have even a team. I mean, you're gonna have him, but you won't have a team.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't be able to sign Aaron Rodgers with that money, or have a quarterback, unless you roll out with Jordan Love, with no weapons besides Davante.
Yeah.
So it seems unlikely that the Packers are gonna franchise tag him. Because the money situation over there. And then with Aaron Rodgers, if they can't franchise tag Davante, first of all, they can't have both.
Yeah.
And if they go and get Rodgers back, then they can't have Davante. If they go get Davante, they can't have Rodgers. And I don't think Rodgers is playing without Davante, and Davante's playing without Rodgers.
Yeah.
So that all just adds up, and that leaves a situation where Davante is kind of going to be a free agent. I mean, he is, but franchise tags and stuff, he's going to be a free agent kind of for real. And I think he's put so much effort, so many good years with the Packers in, that I think he's going to ask the Packers where he wants to play. He's going to ask them where he wants to go, or tell him where he wants to go.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to say the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because all the signs lead to Las Vegas. I mean, you're going to be playing, he's cool. Rodgers is a great quarterback, but he's best friends with Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, best friends. So that just makes it that's just one thing.
Yeah.
And then it just seems like a good situation in Vegas. I mean, you have a chance to win. You have a good coach, good young coach, in Josh McDaniels. You have a new GM, new management coming in. And you got good pieces around you. You got Hunter Renfrow, you got Darren Waller. So you know you're going to be able to get open with those guys. You're not going to get double, triple team like you maybe have been in Green Bay. So I think it's just a good situation all around, and DC is kind of the main part of it.
Yeah, DC is really the main part of it. I mean, I think, like I said, they go back to their college days, and, he knows where he wants the ball and whatever. You just got to look at tape just to know that this is a perfect fit.
Yeah.
This isn't, hey, we're bringing a big-time free agent, but we don't know how he's going to fit with this or with that or, whatever. You just look at tape and you see Carr and Davante Adams in college and what kind of chemistry and the click that they have. It would be nice. It would be exciting. And like you said, I think he would want to come over here. And I know with the money situation, I know he kind of said he wants $30 million. But I think it's us, Dolphins, and maybe one more team. I'm not sure. Yeah. It's tax free, so that $30 million can turn into a 20-25, and he'll still get more than $30 million elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I think Raiders are in a good position right now to go get Davante Adams.
So I mean, Davante is probably the number one wide receiver in football, and I think the Raiders are going to do anything they possibly can to get him, because we have well enough money to go get him. Because if you cut guys like Corey Littleton, Nassib, and who's the other guy?
Littleton, Nassib.
And there's one more guy that you can cut.
Kwiatkowski.
You cut Kwiatkowski.
And then there was a couple what ifs.
Yeah, and then that nearly frees up the $30 million right there. And we already have around $30 million to spend, $25-30 million to spend. So that opens up a good opportunity to get Davante, and then even have a chance to sign Casey Hayward back.
Yeah.
And then worry about the other guys, and maybe even draft your offensive linemen, your right tackles, and all that. So if you have a chance to go get the number one wide receiver in football, you have to go get him. You have to. And I think the Raiders, they're in a position right now where they're going to get the best things. They got the best coach. They got the best GM, like in all of football that was available.
Yeah.
So what tells you they're not going to go get Davante Adams?
Yeah.
And what tells you that McDaniels is okay with riding with Brian Edwards? And riding with Brian Edwards and Zay Jones. Brian Edwards was a pick of Mayock and Gruden. They're not content with riding with Brian Edwards. Zay Jones is obviously good, but he's a backup. He's a backup wide receiver. And they're not going to be content with those guys. They're going to go and try to get bigger and better because that's the kind of guys they are. They're go-getters.
Yeah, and I know we made one move like this a couple years ago and bringing AB. We were all excited. Hey, Carr's going to have his first, number one receiver. That didn't work out. But this is completely different. We know what Carr and Davante has, and he's not a diva. He's not anything. He just goes in there, puts hard work in, has some great games, and played some really big
he's one of
games.
those guys that doesn't post workout videos.
Yeah.
Because he lets it show on the field. He tells everyone that I'm working, but I ain't gonna post videos about it.
Yeah.
Clubber, you ever seen Rocky? You guys ever seen Rocky 3? Where Clubber Lang's working and he's now on TV and Rocky's on TV all fancy, and then guess what? Clubber Lang goes in there and whoops Rocky because of the hard work he's doing. That's kind of how Davante is. He's not a showman.
Yeah. No. So. He
seems like a Raider. That's a Raider move.
Everything gets good, and I think as long as DC's there, Davante would come.
Yeah, and this is the thing about it. DC, I've never seen him feel so comfortable with the wide receiver until I saw him with Ruggs this season. He was comfortable throwing. I've never seen him like that unless it was with Davante at Fresno State.
Yeah,
just throwing it deep, knowing that Ruggs can go up and get it. And sadly, we lost Ruggs. But I think Davante can be, obviously, he's the number one wide receiver, so he's going to be better than Ruggs. Not as fast, but he's probably one of the best 50-50 ball guys in the league. And Carr's going to be so comfortable with him that it's going to be unbelievable. More comfortable than he's been with any wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think DC said this, during the season, I think before the season, if they were ever paired up, I think you would see something out of both that you haven't seen out on the field that they just bring out of each other.
Yeah.
Like we said, they're best friends. This isn't just I played with you in college. Right? This is actually best friends. They would do stuff here in Fresno and stuff with each other. So it's just exciting. You get him. You got that one playmaker that go to, and it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting because they're friends and that's a thing right there.
Yeah.
But that the Raiders are willing to do anything to get the best.
Yeah.
And be the best. So that it's actually possible for the Raiders to go get him. And it's just going to be an exciting time. And I think we're both predicting that he's going to be a Las Vegas Raider next season. We can't count on it, obviously, but we're definitely have that mindset that we're going to have Davante Adams and Renfro and Waller on the field at the same time with DC.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
I think we've got the leverage with the state tax thing. We've got the leverage with it being Vegas. Allegiant.
The best new stadium in the world.
I think the one that puts us over, and I keep on saying it, is DC. Just the fact that best friends and everything. I think it's all lined up right there, and I think it's ours for the taking if we're really interested in it, if we really want him.
Yeah.
Which I think we should be.
Yeah, and if we don't get Davante, there's guys like Mike Williams and Allen Robinson on the table, which are pretty good wide receivers as well. Yeah. But I think Davante, is the most realistic one that we're probably going to go get just because our quarterback and the situation we're in with management and coaches wanting the best, wanting the most explosive players. Yeah. But I think if we can get Davante, I think there might be a chance where we sign Casey Hayward, we sign some of these guys back, and we draft good. We draft our offensive line or something in some positions, maybe some corners. Maybe we go try to get Mike Williams or Allen Robinson and make it a Mike Williams, Davante Adams, Hunter Renfro, Darren Waller with DC. And all of a sudden, just like that, you might be an AFC favorite.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop all those guys? Who can?
Just like you said, some things are going to have to happen. Some pieces are going to have to come and go.
That's obviously a dream. But it's the Raiders. They're doing whatever it takes right now, and that would be amazing.
Hearing those three guys the other day, I think anything's on the table. Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anybody is possible. So just like you said, it gave me goosebumps right now just thinking about that offense. That'd be crazy if we can go get Davante and then go get another wide receiver. Because then you got Renfro in the middle, Waller. And it'd be insane.
Yeah. Because in a sense, you can go out with the same offensive line as this year, but probably you're going to draft a right tackle, and you're going to be all right to throw the ball because guys are going to get open quick.
Yeah.
And I thought they opened up the running game at the end of the year, the offensive line. They obviously struggled in penalties and stuff like that, but we're going to get a new offensive line coach.
Yeah.
So maybe he tightens those guys up and tightens those penalties up a little bit. Maybe McDaniels does all that. So, I mean, I feel comfortable. If we get all those guys, I feel comfortable with the offensive line we have now, just a new right tackle.
Yeah.
And maybe they might want to replace Leatherwood because that's not their pick. They don't care. So we never know what happens with the offensive line. But all I know is if we have Davante, Renfro, Waller on the same field, and just dreaming about maybe getting Allen Robinson or Mike Williams, that just is insane. And we are in a position money-wise and an organization-wise where maybe we go out and do that type of thing and just go and get guys. Yeah. I mean, the Rams are in the Super Bowl this year. What do they do every year?
Yeah, they're sitting there getting whoever they want.
Yeah, they don't draft that much, but they're going to go get the best guys. So that might be a new philosophy in the NFL, and the Raiders might be like, you know what, let's go compete next year and have all the best players around Carr.
Because all you got to do is compete and at least make it an appearance and maybe even win it for it to work out right. You know, for us to say, hey, you know, no draft picks. You know, we're tight with money with it, but we don't care. We can bring whoever on. Let's have an all-star team and let's go do it. Yeah. That's what the Rams are doing and did, and they have 2 Super Bowl appearances to show for it. And you know, they're a favorite against the Bengals, and they look really good. Yeah. You know, going up against the Bengals. So you know, they win it, no matter what they did, no matter who they brought in, no matter what draft picks they lost or whatever, it's worth it because they're holding up the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah. So we're just saying that, man, like this is very possible. I mean, Davante is a real, it's a very real possibility to get Davante. And then you might even be able to throw in some guys like Mike Williams or Allen Robinson, one of the two, because they're pretty expensive as well.
Oh, yeah, they would be.
But you never know. The Raiders are willing to pay that money. McDaniels, I think he's willing to bring in the best players. So I just think with the new coaching we got, the way Mark Davis is handling situations and things right now, I wouldn't be surprised if we got a couple of those guys and even got Hayward back. And maybe even relied on the draft a little bit because we feel comfortable where we're at.
Yeah, you know, I've heard it from those 3 at the press conference last week, and it just sounded, and we're going to do whatever it takes to win. And I like that. I loved what they said, how they said it, and I think it starts with that Davante whatever, and then we'll go from there. But Davante Adams of the Las Vegas Raiders is a very real possibility.
Yeah, very real. We think it's going to happen, so we wanted to make this video, talk a little bit about the scenarios and situations. And I don't really see him going anywhere else. I mean, I don't see him having a connection with any quarterback. Obviously, like Carr. I don't see any situation he can go and land in and be a playoff guy. And
looking at big money teams, they were all the bottom pack this year, like record-wise and everything. So I don't think he would go play with, you know, a 2, 3, 4 win team.
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's gonna go try to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's his ultimate goal. He's been in the league for about 8 seasons now. Just like Carr, and he wants to win a Super Bowl at this point now in his career. I think he's getting disappointed losing in that NFC Championship game a couple times and losing this year in the divisional round.
Yeah.
But he feels like he can turn it around. He's won a Mountain West Championship with Derek Carr. So I think he feels like he's won with him and he can continue to win with him, and that's his best friend as well.
Yeah, you know, I think the best person you can play with in the league right now is Aaron Rodgers, you know, and if they can't be able to play together, you know, Davante Adams probably is thinking, well, let me go play with my best friend and my college quarterback.
Yeah, and he's going to buy me a car too. So that's what Carr said.
Yeah.
DC says he's going to buy him whatever car he wants.
Buy him whatever. Just come to Vegas.
Yeah. So don't drive fast. Don't drive fast. All right. Be safe. Yeah, so we're excited about this off season. We'll keep making videos probably every week. And hopefully Davante Adams, that dream does come true.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later, and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.